Our lives nowadays completely revolve around the internet. Often, the first thing we do when we wake up is grab our phone and browse through social media mindlessly until we get up. Our reliance on the internet has opened up the opportunity for many criminals to use this to their advantage. Often we access sensitive data, such as banking websites, which criminals can hack into much more easily than you may think. Many people put off the idea of being hacked. They think it can't happen to them, until it does. 2 years ago, my friend Justin went to buy gas like the hundreds of other times he had in his life. The card was denied, but how could this be? He knew he had money, or so he thought. After looking into his account, there was nothing left. Justin was a victim of identity fraud, as his bank account was hacked and all of the funds were drained. If you ask around, it's likely you know somebody who has had a similar experience to this. And yet, with this being such a common and substantial problem, nobody seems to act preemptively to stop it from happening. People may think that it is simply unlucky and an inevitable risk of internet-based lifestyle, when in fact these sorts of online activities are very preventable. Virtual private networks, or VPNs, have been around for a very long time. These help to make sure you are safe and secure when accessing the internet. When initially implemented, VPNs were only used in corporate and government networks to protect highly sensitive data. However, in recent years, VPN technology has been introduced to the consumer level and become very mainstream. Traditionally, when accessing data, you send your personal data to a server in order to access websites, emails, etc. The problem lies in that this information is insecure and not encrypted. Encryption is the process of translating data into code in order to prevent unauthorized access, like a password almost. If you go into McDonald's, log on to the Wi-Fi, and log into your bank account or social media, a knowledgeable hacker could easily intercept your personal data. A VPN, however, prevents this. A VPN encrypts your data before it is even sent over to the server. So even if a hacker is intercepting your data, they cannot decrypt it, and therefore they are unable to gain access to your sensitive information. Using a VPN is a surefire way to prevent from being hacked online. VPNs, however, have more uses than this. Another way VPNs are beneficial are in how they keep your online activity private. Nowadays, companies like Facebook and Amazon are constantly gathering data on what we search for online to create personalized ads or even sell our online data to other companies. Many people disagree with these practices, and with the use of a VPN can prevent them. A VPN, as stated before, completely encrypts all of your data, so when accessing websites, companies like Facebook cannot grab marketing data on you because the data is encrypted. Using a VPN to protect your privacy is extremely important to many people. Countries that intrude on citizens' privacies often monitor all online data flow. People who use VPNs in these countries can use the internet without the worry of the government being invasive on their privacy, as a VPN protects their data as well as their IP address, which can track the location of a computer. Lastly, another great use for a VPN many people find handy is in faking your geographical location. This is done by a VPN changing your IP address, which is essentially your computer's street address. With a click of a button, you can suddenly be living in Japan or France. People also do this to watch shows or play games a day early. If something comes out tomorrow but you just can't wait, you can change your IP address with your VPN to a time zone like New Zealand and access it a day early. VPNs have so many practical uses and are crucial to being secure online. There are so many VPN services available such as NordVPN, BetterNet, TunnelBear, and so much more. Many people think of this sort of technology to be complex, which is why they are reluctant to even bother. But VPN developers have made it, in fact, very easy and perhaps the most simple thing to do online. In many cases, you just download a VPN, click the on button, and you are connected. With the simple press of a button, you are saving yourself from potentially losing all of your personal data. With VPNs being so effective, prominent, and easy to use, there's no reason for you to not have one. Justin has been using a VPN ever since his incident, and since then has not had an issue, and as long as he is using a VPN, never will.